Hello YouTube. This is Cyrus Killer. And I ain't gonna play Park. But not for some time though. I'm gonna be playing MyCareer. I made new offense instead of
Wow. That's the defense, but he's got the height.
I believe this dude is gonna be more versatile than my
I should be able to get
previous offense.
Ooh, okay.
And
Look at
That's
this.
not
Good
sound
finish.
good,
Alright,
but,
I like it. You're nice with the
that's it.
sticks.
That's what it is.
AD is tough.
I think I'm just gonna have to try and reach
Wrong
him
with
when
my
he
cat.
comes out of the post. Right there. Oh, reach. No.
He and you both have to win by 2, so that's.
Oh, I shouldn't have spun. Why did I spin? No. Dave. I might have just lost it.
Loading takes a long time. Excuse me.
The Thunder look like they're not messing around tonight. They had a little bit of an edge to them as they get off the bus earlier on. And the game arrival sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. And with...
In 2018, the Minnesota...
All right, David, thanks. We've got great athletes tonight, Brent. Much of this game we think will be above the rim.
This is going to be fantastic. I hope we get out into some fast breaks where these guys have an opportunity to get their feet together, rise up, and get the fan. Not only them getting up, Kevin, but the fans getting up out of their seats.
You and I will be getting up, though. I won't be standing up.
You for sure will be up.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. And for Minnesota, Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. Higgins and Covington fill the wings. And it's Che in at the 1. Al Paul following the 3-point attempt by Che. Good D by Che. And even 3-on-3 break. And here's Covington from the arc. That one no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Yeah, they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
Okay.
Yes, that goes in.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
From the arc. And Che good for 3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Paul outside. Pass to Ferguson. And Covington sends it back.
Gallo's so smart on the inside with his array of fakes and moves. He's always a threat to draw fouls on shot attempts like that.
This is his first free throw of the game. Gallinari hits them both. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot, Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
And here is Paul, following the three-pointer by Che. Count it.
Just can't say enough about how much of the game Chris Paul sees, exploiting every single hole in the defense, and an excellent penetrator.
Step back on that one and let it fly. 9 points for Che. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Paul left side, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. What an asset to a team when you've got big men who can knock down free throws. Look here at the top centers and power forwards in terms of free throw percentage this season. Gallinari is second.
That is a very confident group of players at the free throw line. We haven't seen them struggle there as some of their brothers in the big man fraternity have.
Big men making free throws? Who knew? These players are as comfortable at the stripe as they are in any other aspect of the game.
I make 3 contested.
Ferguson's shot is good.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Thunder have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Now the pass to Adams. Gallinari wide open. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Nice swing action there. Gallo, he simply squares up and rises to the occasion.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Noel. Gallinari is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Paul in at the point.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Shea outside. Money from the wing. Shea's got 11.
That's a needle in a haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Rockets lit up the floor. He added 37 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. What stood out was his hustle. The work ethic was what really allowed him to make an impact. Kevin?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, he was sensational the other night, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
Well, he can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
Now here's Noel. His last outing, he had 8 points. Ferguson, the pass to Paul. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, covered by Wiggins. And it's Gallinari missing. Timberwolves trail by 5. Shea outside. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
This game is selling
Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, my webcam ain't frozen.
If we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
Well, you look at Paul. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend. But, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Paul's got 6.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
From the line, the Thunder pull it in. Gallinari's got his 5th rebound in this one.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Noel passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Here's Paul. Minnesota with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 17 points for Shea.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Paul outside. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Timberwolves trail by 3. From deep three-point range, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And stolen by Che. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes to Vonleh. Back to Che. Takes the three. Again, Che missing. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance.
Gilgeous-Alexander positioning himself well and knew exactly where to get to in the open space.
4 seconds left. Again, Che missing.
How?
And a close game so far in the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David.
Hey, Coach.
Kevin, thanks. Boy, it looked like every time down the floor you had the ball in your hands and you were making shots. Do you expect to see defensive adjustments in the second half?
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third.
Crack number 5 maybe from 3 points. I haven't even got the All-Star weekend, bro.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. While you look at Che in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Higgins and Covington fill the wing. Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. And it's Che in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Ryan Saunders. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possessions.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year. Not in any given game. So it's very, very...
No kidding.
Very, very minimal what happens. But what I like is that, players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock. And I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
More strategy.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Paul goes in. Bank shot, no good.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Here's Towns. A second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Towns has got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma. .103 left to play in the third. Here's Schroeder. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. On the wing, Che. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And something about it, the game feels like it's slowing down out there for Che, who's seeing the whole court.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Noel throws it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Shoots the 3, and it's Che with the 3. Che's got 8 points in the quarter.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Che with the block.
Crazy to think scouts were saying that Che didn't play with enough heart. That block showing you that he wants it.
Ball's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Look, Kevin, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
And stolen by Che. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Oh, I'm spamming X, bro. Okay, I'm spamming A. Hey, bud.
Ball's knocked loose, so it's the Timberwolves now.
And it's still
They get it again. A 3-ball.
Come on.
No good
Oh,
that
crap.
time. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
And it's that.
Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 13.
This is
And we're coming right
bad.
back after this break to get the fourth quarter
This
underway.
is bad. This is bad. I should not be doing that. Yeah. That's bad.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gilgeous Alexander out there with Paul. Then there's Nerlens Noel. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Ferguson in at the 3. Here's Paul. Adams taking his time here. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Paul can't get it to go.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Wow.
Here's Gilgeous Alexander. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. Beyond the arc. And Che with the 3. Che's got 11 in the second half.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
That's funny.
And here is Gilgeous Alexander. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 11 as the basket is hit from Paul.
A good three-point shooter a few years
game
back.
hates
Paul's
me.
turned himself into a great one. Important to do later in your career.
Here's the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Adams. Paul's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Thunder. And the Timberwolves call time here. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Alinari, he's checked in for the Thunder. Timberwolves leading by 9. Che passes to Vonleh. Covington kicks to Che. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And Gilgeous Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Sweet shot from Gallo. So many ways he can hurt you.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Lets it go, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Back to Paul, and stolen by Che. Floats it up for Wiggins. It's deflected. Gilgeous Alexander with the steal. Lets it go from 14. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. Knocked away.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
On the wing, Che. Baseline Che on the way. It's hauled in by Adams. Now, here's Gilgeous Alexander. Not a lot of room.
Nothing so tight.
A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Wiggins, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 11. And there's a minute 40. And so Minnesota takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and Dave, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
That label is still there. Okay.
Hey man, Jack here. Nice win for you guys.
Hey Che, remember the winners of our youth league are here? You're one of the players they get to meet for winning the title.
I'm gonna get the kid.
Great, I'll introduce you.
I like that jersey, man.
To the kids.
Listen up, listen up, listen up. Tonight's game ball goes to the guy who left it out there. The guy who said, I don't care what I gotta do.
I think that's
when
me.
I'm losing this game.
Or I think that's
Shake it
who
up
he's
here.
talking to. Oh, okay.
Nice work, man. Appreciate it, coach.
This micro is going faster than the last one.
Hey, man, there's another group of guys I'd rather go to war with, all right? I do this for y'all, all right? You don't want no smoke? Let's do this, man.
Yeah, we a team. Let's go. Nice. This MyCareer is just to definitely. It's technically going faster than my first MyCareer, the first bullet from the first bullet I made. I had a long time figuring that one out. But this is cool. Yeah. This is nice. Let's practice and get some badges. Yeah. Let's get some badges. Let's get badges. Let's get badges.
Hey, listen up.
Okay. Force based slasher. Let's get that.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
I think this is like my third defensive best. I think the third defensive best on the block. Yeah.
One more.
No, this drill is so easy. You just have to stop 3 people and you get the 3 stars.
Keep it going.
Yeah, keep it going. Yeah. Push me. No, I don't want to get hurt. I'm a weak man. Let's go. Okay. 3 times the experience points or my points. My points, I guess.
All right, everybody, bring it in. We got a lot to cover today. Our goal today is to fine-tune our transition defense. We gotta limit easy scores. Coaches, set up the drill.
This?
Let's get it, fellas.
It's at Missouri time. I don't want that to happen.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Come on. Seriously? No way. That sucks. He face threw me. What? Okay, it's just a lot of shit, bro. It's just not nice.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Oh, and one. Ready, grab.
It's a good thing that I know. Crap! Just a normal pass. I'm stupid. Just a normal basketball. Why? Why is my dog shouting?
Move it. Move it. Here we go.
I'll be back. I'm back. Wow. I was late.
Let's go.
Ah, come on. It's Jeff. He's a friend. I'm generous in that case. I let Jeff go because he's Jeff. Milan for Robert. See? I'm just toying with him, Robert, because he's a friend.
Hey, I'll see you later.
Long range.
Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Stay here.
I think that increased my winning. Or no, my basket making window. Anyway, somehow it increased some window. I don't know why. My camera is tilted. What the heck? Yeah, I think that's right. Yep, that's right, my camera. It's what I do. Oh man. I missed that. See? He jinxed me. I need him for a lot.
Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. Hey, shoot the ball, huh?
get to work. Here's what we're going to do.
You got it. Come on, man. Hey, yo, right here.
Well, anyway. For some reason my camera is not a bad upgrade. Oh yeah, 3D. I'm a point guard. And so far, off-ball pass. Improve a bit of the bump and harass the offense off the ball. Hard pressure. Decreases opponent's safe. Intimidator. I heard that that's one good badges. For trap bracelet. Oh yeah. Arc clamps. Yeah. People around. I'm just gonna go with that.
If you attempt the 2K TV Challenge, be sure to share it on social media using the hashtag 2KTV Challenge.
Good luck. I'm here with Brian Mazik. You've read his info on Forbes. Always awesome and always a pleasure to have you, Brian. And we're here with a special guest, Kenyon, his son. How you doing, Kenyon?
Good, good.
All right, I have a challenge for you.
Okay. Challenge.
I think you have better skills than me.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out on camera.
This is true.
Okay, all right, he said it. Here's your challenge. You get to choose any player, any era, classic, historical team. It could be an all-time player. So the first question is, who are you gonna pick to go up against Anthony Davis?
I don't know because I don't want to get baby in the paint.
Right.
If I raised him properly, he would pick Derrick Rose because we rep Derrick Rose everywhere we go, all the time, regardless. That's just what we do.
You're right.
All right, I like it. All right. All-time Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose.
Ooh. Oh, well, see, first of all, you falling for pump fakes, and you're not going to block the shot anyway because it's an 8-inch advantage. You just got to stay in front. I taught you that. There you go. You got to make.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Thank you.
Gave up position, though.
You have to win by 2, so either way.
Okay.
Oh, he beat.
So, look at that move. Look at the crossover in the dunk. I like
The Timberwolves were all business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. In the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Traffic heading in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Welcome. And let's look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Oladipo.
And when you see the tumble, field totals have taken the last few years. You can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs.
That's just sad. That's just sad, no? That's crazy.
Needs to get back.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. T.J. Warren out there with Sabonis. And it's Bitadze in at the center position. And for the Timberwolves, Wiggins and Covington fill the wings. Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. And it's Che in at the point. Now here's Che playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. Players are sure racking up a lot of miles, Clark. A lot of games, a lot of flights, a lot of late nights, early mornings, but in some ways it must be easier these days than it was, say, 20 years ago when you were playing.
It's easier now than it was when I played. I mean, we had commercial flights and 6 a.m. flights. These guys now actually have charter services. Heck, I often think that the guys before me had it much worse than I did. So it's all relative, but clearly it's hard, it's demanding, but they also have the very best of care in getting to and from the cities across the league.
And it's Indiana's ball. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And stolen by Che. For the finish, and Che throws it down.
Che doing it all at both ends. Rack to rack, heads up defense leads to offense.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for Indiana. Pass to Sabonis. Back to Brogdon. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they?
Boy, I tell you what, we've got a little bit of a personal rivalry brewing here, fellas.
Now Warren, following the three-point attempt by Che. And again, the turnover by the Pacers. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Look at the Clippers. They slide down to the third spot, trying not to slide any further.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
And here is Brogdon following the three-pointer by Che. Sabonis inside. Vonleh on him.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
You know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
Here's Brogdon following the basket by Che. Here's Sabonis. Indiana again missing. Timberwolves leading by 5. On the wing, Che. He's got 9. 20 feet out. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Che's got 11 points. And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
And the shot by Warren, no good. For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Layman, he's checked in for Vonleh. And Okogie subbed in for Robert Covington. Miami's checked in for the Pacers. Now here's Che. 11 points in the game. Drops in the tray. Che's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Timberwolves.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their point.
Yeah, and I think they just...
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
That one misses for Wiggins.
You know, what a great job Nate McMillan has done since taking over as head coach, leading Indiana to 3 straight postseasons, and the style of play with which the team has played with, a credit to him and his staff.
Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. Wiggins and Covington fill the wing. And it's Shea in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Thunder was phenomenal. He added 33 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. And his play is what allowed them to finally bust free. Snapping a losing streak like that is huge for a team's confidence. Kevin, it will be interesting to see if he can help them get another W tonight.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And a big part of McMillan's success, getting his guys, Clark, to play hard for him every night.
And I think you're right, because this team gets the most out of itself. It's one thing to assemble talent. It's another to bring people together so they're playing for each other. And these guys do that night in and night out.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And the rejection by Towns.
Great timing on the block there. Towns helps affect winning in a lot of different ways.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Holiday, the pass to Brogdon.
This is
and a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. So it'll be Malcolm Brogdon shooting. It's going to be on Shea. And Indiana making a change here.
This one, Lamb's checked in. More faster,
and one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Now, here's Brogdon, covered by Shea. Back to Brogdon, jacks up a 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. The Timberwolves, #1. The Pacers, 4th.
And we're getting to watch 2 of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
Pass to Brogdon. 6 to shoot.
That's cool.
Floats one up.
Really a complete defender. I mean, Towns able to do it in the paint and on the perimeter.
And Shea throws it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Pass to Oladipo. Back to Brogdon for 3. Again, Brogdon missing.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
I hate
that. By Warren. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Oladipo kicks to Lamb. And slam dunk by Lamb.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved and on-time, on-target passes.
Shea passes to Towns. Lets it go from deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple. 11 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And here's Oladipo. Over Wiggins. Shea, he's feeling it tonight.
Thanks very much, Jay.
What's
Everything
my
falling
job?
for you in that first half.
I'm in college.
How were you able to be so efficient?
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here.
I'm in college. I don't have a job.
And in that first half,
This is
we
what I
saw a
basically
pretty tight
do.
battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. While you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Pacers. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Bitadze in at the 5. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
And Brogdon, here we go. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Brogdon's got it all tied up now for Indiana. Shea outside. Conley dishes to Shea. And they double up Shea. Three-pointer. Another miss by Minnesota.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
North part of
Continuing
India.
to evolve.
I
All
live in
right,
the
David,
south
thank you.
part, so
and the last 2
I
years,
can't
Carl
eat
Anthony
naan, but
Towns
it's not
getting
like
wrapped as a bad
it's not made in home.
Clark, do you think that's fair to say?
Where I
You know
live,
what, Kevin? I don't think it's as fair as it once was.
So I can eat naan sometimes, not all the time. And I don't think I'm lucky. It's just, I don't know. It's just like naan is just like a burrito wrap, you know. Except it's more soft. It's more soft. If you can add more flour,
down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
Timberwolves
lead by 10, and we'll have the start.
Or yeah.
And let's listen in on what Nate McMillan had to say to his team.
It's not a big deal.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And James got the ball here for the Timberwolves. 10-point lead. This is their
biggest.
Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. Teague out there with Che. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And the Pacers shooting struggles at 37% from the field. Oladipo, the pass to Bitadze. Indiana moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brogdon. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Timberwolves leading by 10. And the dunk by Jay.
Boy, it's all about Jay in this game. He's been an absolute beast, taking care of business.
Now Brogdon. And the pass to Warren. He kicks it to Oladipo. That shot off. Good D by Che. The Timberwolves shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Higgins outside. Back to Che. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And though they've made the playoffs 4 straight years, Indiana can't seem to get past the first round.
You have a point
It's
guard,
not
right?
for a lack of effort, guys. The effort is there. The chemistry and continuity is there. They suffered a big, untimely injury, the one to Victor Oladipo, and it's been hard for them to attract top free agents as well.
The Timberwolves making a switch here.
If I ever get
There's
famous,
an aggressiveness to
I
Che's game.
got
And I
that,
think
but
everybody
we'll
can
see.
appreciate and respect.
I doubt
Prides
I'll ever get
himself
famous,
on
but-
keeping pressure on the defense.
And a finalist for
I ain't
Coach of
gonna
the Year in
forget the people
2019,
who I
Nick
played
McMillan
with in
passing
2K, you know?
600 wins last season.
Just
Well, you
'cause
think about that. That's
this
an
is what I
impressive
wanna do. This is
milestone
what I'm gonna be
for an
doing
outstanding coach in
most
Nate
of my
McMillan.
life.
He moved into
Alright,
the
cool.
top 25.
I just wanna play
all-time in
games,
wins.
get in my
He's had
room,
2 other stops as a head coach, Portland
and just have
Seattle.
fun.
And I think
That's
he's
it.
doing some of his best work with the Pacers.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Minnesota.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive
I
standpoint,
don't think I'm ever gonna
closing
be
out
famous,
airspace and sending shots back.
I haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Coming into the NBA,
It can
Victor
be done.
Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was
just
working
hard.
out with D-Wade that helped take
We'll
Victor's
see.
game to the next level.
If I become
Listen,
famous, I'm
anytime
gonna
you're
make
the
him a
second
duo.
overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers.
They've been the better rebounding
Okay.
team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Timberwolves leading by 15. Shea outside. And the 3 off target. The Pacers have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Shea with the block.
Making an impact with his defense. I know how important that is to Che in every game he plays. He wants to get it done at both ends.
Puts it up from 12. Off the left rim and out.
Well, you've got to be there
How
defensively. I
does
mean,
that work?
that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Brogdon against Towns. Brogdon the pass to Bitadze. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
Yeah, you know what? He's a skilled passer, so if you leave people open around Brogdon, he'll make you wish you didn't.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process.
I need to get batteries for my joystick. I hate that.
was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Steps back and fires. Shea's shot is off. Pacers trail by 13. And stolen by Shea. Stolen by Brogdon. Warren on the wing. Defended by Covington. Has to be Bitadze. He dishes it to Oladipo. It's Brogdon on the wing. Pulls up from the corner. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Brogdon extremely confident because he knows he has the green light to fire off the catch.
Fires for 3, and Shea with the 3. Shea's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Oladipo, the pass to Bitadze. Indiana moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Oladipo. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Minnesota.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And looking at the trajectory of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year. So this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series here against the Pacers.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jay.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And guys, point of it.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams. One in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm.
I hate what playmaking, but I only 2.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Keller.
Yeah, 1.
Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with
us.
And we'll see you next time.
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
Hey, Kenny here, man. Great.
With the All-Star game coming up.
Oh crap. That's our boat. Wow. I did not know that. I just want to test that. That sucks. Ah. Okay.
What I'll do. Hey, man.
Shooting mad right now.
Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Come to me. Side. All day. Stop ball.
Next time, man. Next time.
Go. We got the better bro. Now let's the magic. That's also decent progress for each badges. 7 badges. I got like 2 badges in 50 games. That's sad. It's an Hall of Fame. We will go with this excellence arrangement which I played That's that. Finishing. That's the finishing.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Finishing category.
One more. Hey, I'll see you later.
I gotta get this bike out. Come on! That's bullshit. 17, 16, 39. That's funny.
Good to see someone who values the mid-range game. Now let's see how this works. Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Now we're rolling.
Okay. This thing is so weird. I did it the opposite. Stupid! Right or left? And down.
Good to see someone who values the mid-range game. Now let's see how this works. You got it. Let's go. like that. See you later.
Let that load. I'll be right back.
Embodied by a 2K League Pro. Now we've got Sam K, rising and jamming. Oh no, they quit, could not handle the posterization. Next is Ace 2 Nice on Lightwork 2K. Tossing the oop and the mid-air kick out for the win. The vision, the execution, that is nice. Last up, it's Flight Mixin on Flight V12. With the steal, the hezzy, and the self-lob. Oh, Flight Mixin got both of you. You know who you are, you red-shirted fools.
That was glitchy.
Now vote and
Wasn't
submit your...
suspicious at all. That last shot was
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Yeah, I get that glitched. That dude's build is glitchy.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great. Well, with the season right near the halfway point, what better time to check in and see what rookies have helped their teams the most and how they stack up in the rookie race as they all vie for Rookie of the Year. You look at Shea. He's been a big-time contributor for his team so far, and we're right in the thick of the season, and he's one back of the top spot.
And with more or less a half a season behind us, he has shown what unlimited potential he has.
Well, one thing we can be sure of, what a race it's going to be for Rookie of the Year over the second half of this season. I can't wait.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Jay. And it's Culver in at the 3 spot. And for Indiana, Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Warren is out there with Domantas Sabonis. And it's Bitadze in at the 5. Shea outside. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, zero hesitation from Shea right there. Rise and fire with authority.
Now, when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter, third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Oladipo. 8 points his last outing. And no good that time. Wiggins with some nice D. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Nate McMillan, facing one of the most devastating scorers in the league in Karl Anthony Towns. Coach knows that slowing him down somehow is critical to securing the win. And Kevin, that is a tough assignment, given Towns' a wide array of offensive options.
Thanks, David. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Victor Oladipo's passing skills probably unappreciated. This guy is very unselfish and capable.
It's good from long range.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. Oladipo taking his time here. Back to Sabonis. Off target from three-point range. Shot on the wing. And it's Shea missing. For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to the Timberwolves. And Oladipo kicks to Brogdon. Over Shea. And the shot is long.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana to lead the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need. And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part.
Timberwolves trail by 10. And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
On the court for Minnesota, Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. Shea is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Culver in at the 3 slot.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Sinks the triple.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
The 3, that's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to 12 points again in the basket from Shea.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Oladipo. That shot missing. Good D by Covington. Shea outside. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their...
Okay.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
I'm looking at your screen and...
Here's the floater. The shot by Brogdon, no good. Timberwolves trail by 9.
And this Pacers franchise, 6 ABA championships,
Are you in the
none
car?
so far in the NBA.
Well, Greg, they haven't been there very much, right? Their only finals trip came back in 2000. It took a Lakers squad led by Shaq and Kobe to 6 games. But ever since, they've been chomping at the bit to try to get back.
Guys, Brogdon not a player that turns heads, but man, is he an efficient threat on the floor.
And he's been a great three-point shooter really since his rookie year. His field
That was my
goal
old
percentage
name.
continues to climb and has evolved into one of the best free throw shooters in the game.
So it's kind of.
You think about the Timberwolves, the one thing that seems elusive for this organization has been consistency.
What are you in my
They have
career?
had the talent. They've had good coaching. The problem is they haven't yet put those two areas together.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Pacers was terrific. He added 37 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. The opposition
more
couldn't stop
balanced
him all
than my
night.
main build.
Certainly had them figured out on the offensive end.
Can it
See if he
shoot
can
better?
do it again. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
That
Dallas
is
for that win. It was an
after
effort
I hit
that
95
I'm
overall
sure
and
he's
I
hoping to
maxed my
replicate
badges.
tonight.
Well, there's no doubt,
Please
Greg.
find
He
that.
certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had
Like
his
I can shoot with my main build now.
And the Wolves door is one of
I
only
can
11
better with my main build
franchises
now
to have
because
never won a
for
championship.
some
In
reason,
fact,
2K decided to
they've
make
made
my
the
jump
Western
shot
Conference
faster.
Finals only once.
But
I think
it's
one of their
but
challenges,
there's a
at least
small
in this
bug
latest
where
run, has been
I
their
can't use my
competing with
custom
the very
jump
young.
shot. I have to go with the jump shot that
Certainly
2K
you
gives
have
me.
added veterans to the group. The problem is the core
Why
guys
can't
have
you
to
even use a
understand
custom?
how to step up
They really
when it's
messed you up.
winning time.
Did they
What we
do that to
understand
anybody?
is
Yeah,
playoff
that happened to like
performance is
most,
most
that happened to
important.
like everyone in the league, but most people don't have that
Culver
problem
kicks
now.
the chain.
I can use only one jump shot, and that is Stephen Curry.
We've
Like
got 33 seconds left
Yeah.
in the second.
Yeah, I know.
No good and tight defense there bothered that shot.
it was jump shot
Brogdon
70,
with it.
but
Now guarded by Jay.
you know, like I can choose any default jump shot, any player's jump shot in the game, but I can use custom jump shots, and even if I use any
And
player's
the
jump
stroke
shot,
definitely
the
lacking
only way the
confidence
ball's
in
going in
this
is up.
quarter.
It's like
Nothing
Stephen
on
Curry
target.
with the release of every other
Goes back
player.
up.
It's so weird,
And
but
Oladipo
it's
pulls
made
it
my
down.
jump shot faster. And it's not glitchy no
That's
more.
good.
So I can, so
On
I have
deep.
more.
And
I
the
have
last
better
second
shooting
attempt
percentage
does not
from
go
the
in
deep
for
one
him.
right now.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even back.
That's good.
Like I played a 1v1 game 2 days ago, no, like yesterday, and I played a big man. I got the ball. I had like no confidence on my jump shot. I just took the threes and it was just green lights left and right. That's it.
Che, you heard what Coach said. See,
Well, in fact,
And as we get into
in
this
fact,
third quarter,
with
as
the
we've
bug,
seen so far,
my jump shot is
team
better than
able
my
to
main
create
build.
much separation on the scoreboard yet. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
Wow.
He's done a
I
fantastic
don't
job
know.
of
It's just-
finding
I mean, like,
open
whatever
space
is
to
physical.
operate within the
Yeah,
first.
it's just faster.
One of the things every player is after is
I like
efficiency
fast
at the
jump shots,
offensive
and this
end,
thing
and
just
boy,
made my
this
jump
young
shot
guy has
fast. So I
done
don't care
just
about
that.
the release and all.
And now
If
let's
it's
check
fast,
out the
it
lineups
works for
courtesy
me.
of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half
But
of
like
basketball.
in my main build, I can't
And so
take
in the game
defense
for
that
the
much
Pacers,
because I don't have that much
Oladipo is
defense
the two
attributes.
with Warren playing small forward. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's
So,
Sabonis. And
this
it's
thing has like,
Beyonce in at the pivot
with
spot,
this thing
man
I
in the
can
middle.
take D, I
A lot
can
of
make
competitors
steals,
in this
I have
league,
an
boys, and
high
you've got to be that way to
vertical.
play at this level.
So,
I know you have a
I can get
list of
rebounds.
competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable
Yeah, I
desire
see like a lot of
to
people with
win.
like
The guys
an
who
offensive threat, but
absolutely
it plays like a
despise
slasher and like
losing, who it
a
almost
guard.
hurts. It's painful
Yeah.
physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great.
pretty
He
cool.
wants an NBA championship.
Like
LeBron
my new in my
James
new
has got
build, my
multiple
close
titles
shot
and
is
continues
90.
to pursue greatness.
My 3-point is
What I love about
84,
great
and my
NBA
dribbling is
players,
80,
it's never
84.
enough, Kevin.
So it's
The
like
game
it's
has been
balanced.
very close in a
balanced.
lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
And for now, I am not going to Clark.
It's Oladipo on the wing, defended by Covington.
I'm slow for Clark. I'm
Yeah, that's probably a smart idea.
Oladipo, the first to be touched.
Good play.
after I max my bag and
Here's Warren.
I will go to Clark for
taking it the
some
other
time.
way.
For 1v1 court, most of all. You know the worst thing that the best thing that happened to me
All right,
when,
time
in
now
my
to
new
pick it
build.
up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly
I
don't
was
want to give
70
your opponent
overall.
momentum.
right after I made my build. I had like 30,000 BC, so I just upgraded the attributes. I had like 0 badges.
And the
I went to a West server.
for him right now. Nothing falling.
I greened the smothered tree
so he can
for
see
the
the
win.
ball go through the net.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Yet another player from the 2019.
Hold on.
If your work, it just might be boosters.
Yeah, there's boosters here.
Poke loose. And so
I
the
didn't
game for the
that.
Timberwolves. Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5.
Yeah,
Wiggins is out there with Jay.
No, I know they're
in at the
boosters,
3, the small
but not all boosters
back
are
to
bad.
Warren.
Yeah, true.
Shot
Some
clock
of
at
them
6.
have like natural skill.
Over
and
Culver.
even
Warren, good.
get high.
And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school, and again
Yeah,
showed at
all-star.
Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and
Can they
makes
just hop on?
shots against great defenders.
Can
Every
they
team
slash
in the
your hop
NBA is
on?
looking for that. His
Thank
jumper,
you,
his
Slasher.
handle, his ability to move with
I
the
really,
ball,
kid?
Why you gonna play with them? Why
already
you gonna play with
NBA
boosters?
level stuff.
No, I'm not playing with boosters.
Brogdon kicks to leave.
I'm trying to go
And now the
against this.
Timberwolves on the
I'm
break.
trying to go against
Shea
Trace
with the ball.
Angeles.
Looking for Warren, he gets it there.
He doesn't want to play with this
Here's
last one.
Brogdon.
I know he's
Pass
not
to
good either.
Sabonis. Back to Brogdon. And he banks in the lane.
But
And
he
the
sells
Pacers
me
lead by
all the
9.
time.
Domantas Sabonis is one of
Yeah,
the
he was better last
outstanding
year.
passers from the post position that we
No,
have
he's
in
better
today's
than-
game.
he's better
If
than
you're
last
open,
year.
he'll find you.
The pass to Culver.
Last year you made a big
Back to
man.
Jay.
Oh.
From
Ray
deep
made- last year you
three-point
made a big
range. And again,
Yeah,
Minnesota
he
with
made
the
a
triple.
stretch.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Pacers leading by 6. Now Oladipo.
Dude,
Pass
they
to
don't
Brogdon.
want to play or something. They don't want to play
Floater.
us.
Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got his 8th
Wait,
rebound
what?
here tonight.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball
Well,
game.
like this dude's just looking at it. He's looking at the spot. He's not hopping
For
on. Do you
those
know
just joining us, fourth
all
quarter
rock?
here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
I
Over
think
with
he's
it.
the most
Now
best.
defended by Oladipo.
No,
And
he's
the
not.
dunk by Towns.
Oh, needing
Oh, that
the
dude hopped
bucket
on.
there,
Bro,
Towns doesn't
every time someone
hesitate.
hops on, Trey Andrews
Pacers have
always
gone
hops
just
off.
33% from the field
Yeah,
in the fourth
all
quarter.
rock
so
is actually pretty good.
They are 2 of 6.
Gonna lie.
You know, most of the park hops
Passes
off
to
when I
Oladipo.
hop on the spot. I don't know why. Like, most
No one
of
hops
the
on when
And
you're
here
on the
we go.
spot.
Wiggins. heading
No,
to
no,
the
not
hoop.
with me.
And
Like,
Wiggins
I can get a team
A
though.
confident young man.
The
Wiggins
opposite
just
side hops
answers
up.
the bell.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
I don't get that.
They're in
I hate
front
it when
by
that
2.
happens.
That happened
left
to
in the
me
fourth
like the,
quarter.
this whole week. That's the only thing that happened to me.
And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the
I have a
game.
teammate and I'm on the spot. The opposite side of the stage.
Performance.
Even if they're on a
Jump
streak,
shots
they
have
don't
been
care.
kind of an afterthought.
Why
His
is
main
this
goal
guy-
has been
Can you
to
help on?
attack the
Thank
rim,
you,
and put the
gosh.
D in some tough spots, and also finishing.
It just feels like they're scared of me
Keeping us updated from the
because
sideline.
I might put them
Swing
in
it over to
video.
David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk.
I'm not
to
Did you
gonna
put
do
me in a
it.
video before?
He told him, hey guys,
I don't
this is
think
a
so.
close game, but if we execute right here,
I
like our
mostly-
chances. There's no need
I don't
for
want to
hero
get
ball.
exposed.
Trust one another.
I don't think they're in a video.
Play. Kevin, back to you.
And there's the bucket
Razor's
from
in a video. I
Victor
watched that
Oladipo.
video before and I saw this.
Oladipo.
Yeah,
Big
Razor.
time moment. That's my moment.
Yeah, it is.
From deep.
But you didn't expose him, did you?
And
I
it's
think you're just
Jay
playing
missing.
Yeah, I was just doing
Brogdon's
it.
got the ball here for
You're
Indiana.
good, bro. You're good.
And pushing it up again
You
is
can shoot.
Minnesota.
You can shoot,
Again in
Razor.
transition. Here's Towns. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
First
Towns
game
has got
on, I'm
4
gonna be
points in the
trash.
quarter. The Pacers
Hey,
have
why
gone
is the
3 of
scoring
8 here in the
machine
fourth
guarding
quarter.
What did I say?
Wiggins. And then Oladipo
Razor
with
switch.
the
If they ever get the ball,
So
switch.
much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella.
I
What a
think
game.
Razor, like,
Towns kicks
every
to
year
Jay.
he goes for Stephen Curry.
And
Every
they
year he
double
goes for
up Jay.
Stephen Curry.
Wiggins
And the dude
dishes
does
to
not
Jay.
miss.
Covington trying to break free. The shot will not fall. So the Pacers will take it the other way. And he commits the intentional foul.
Like if he can,
This may be
if
their
he
most
can learn to dribble,
important possession.
No
it'll be
doubt
nice.
about it. As
If
long as they
Razor
don't
can learn
make
to
any
dribble,
major mistakes,
he
this
will
one's in
be
the bag.
godly.
Only problem is he's not meant for dribbling.
Oladipo with the ball.
What's his build?
Sharpshooting facilitator. Oh, right when I say that, he's
5 on the clock.
No, like he's a sharpshooting
Indiana needs to get
facilitator.
a
He
shot
should
off.
be able to dribble.
Oh, like
And the
spike.
shot by Warren, no good. And now Minnesota on the fast break. It falls.
No way.
And what a sensational bucket to bring them within
Oh
one.
my God! I did not see the
Three from
score.
a clutch player. Go to work, Che.
Time goal
kidding
here.
me?
Indiana decides to talk it over. They lead by
God, down
one.
by 4. I hit a 3.
Just 4 seconds
No
left in
way.
the fourth quarter.
Oh, they're fouling us. Okay.
That's like
And so
normal
they
in
choose to
Asia. That's
intentionally
like normal in
foul.
Asia.
And you know what? Smart
I
foul.
know,
You gotta
especially
try to extend
Laurie.
the game.
Oh
Fouls
yeah,
him all
he
the
fouled
time.
him last.
He reaches.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
There are a few
But you know, that
things
happens
love
to me, like,
about Victor
in every
Oladipo.
server.
Number one, the energy and effort he plays
I
with
hate
every
that.
night. His willingness to carry a load on the
So
offensive
small.
end. But more than that, guys, it's the tone and tenor of unselfishness that he sets for this entire group.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 3.
Whenever I get the
left in the
ball
game.
in
What
Clark,
do you think, guys?
I just get fouled
It's really
immediately.
difficult to find an open 3 in this situation.
So
Look,
normal
there's no
nowadays.
secret. It's the only shot that'll save him. So the D
For me,
is
it's just
all over the
annoying.
perimeter guarding that
Oh
three-point
my
line.
So
God!
close game sees Indiana take this one. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win. It's like a knife in the dark. You gotta love being on the edge of your seat and just wondering.
For now, I just play 1v1 games. That's it.
Thank you for joining us.
Nothing
That'll
much.
do it for now. For George Stern, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific
Who's winning?
sports crew.
Who's winning?
This is Kevin Harlan.
We are.
Thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Oh, that's out.
So, what's the mood like in the locker room?
This dude can't shoot. I'm glad he's not a shooting slasher. No way. Okay, good shot contest 2K. Whatever.
Hey, coach gave us a dope
That's
game
a steal.
Awesome, thanks, Jay. Always a pleasure.
Oh, good. Hey, that-
Okay, lag spike. I hate that. I hate lag spikes, bro. So
How are
bad.
you lagging? How are you lagging?
No, I'm not lagging. I'm lag spiking. This dude's making everything. That doesn't make sense. Razor can't make wide opens and he can make contested fades. This game is broken. This game is straight up broken.
Razor's God,
No
bro.
way. What? Oh my gosh, dude. If we lose, we're coming back around.
Yo, I have 7,000. VC.
Exactly. You don't want to get up here. Good shot contest again? 2K! This game is so bad.
It's 2K. You can blame 2K. Yeah,
There's no way.
You have to blame Ronnie.
Oh, right here, right here. Oh, let's go, let's go. We got the ball again. We got the ball again.
80
Let's go.
ball
We got the
handling.
ball again, ladies and gentlemen. Green, let's go. Let's go. Yo, we got this, bro. These dudes are so bad. They're not even good.
I'm coming to Park right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What happened?
Green, we won. Let's go. Let's go, Razor. Let's go, Razor.
Who'd you play against?
We won against a Jellyfam expert and then some random dude I never seen in my life.
Nice.
PTJH97.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright.
I don't use
to change his batteries.
That's the reason I never use batteries. I just use a cable to connect.
I use the charger, or if it's not the charger, I use what do you call it? A wire. It's like a USB kind of.
I just connect a USB cable to my controller. I don't start it. I'll be back. 1 minute. I'll be back.
Right. That was like a half bar. Oh, he missed. I got the board. Let's go.
Are you in the 2 score?
Yep. I see you. My bad, Razor.
Billy Band expert. Come on, Trey.
Shut. Come on, Trey. Oh yeah. Over you. I shot over. My bad. No way. Let's go. Oh, again. How is he? Let's go, turnover. Oh my gosh. What? My guy! How did I not get that board? What? This game sucks, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Come on,
Juicy.
this is so stupid. No way. Oh my gosh, dude, come on. This game is so stupid. He went out of bounds? What? What? This game's so stupid, bro. This game's so dumb. Oh my god, this game's trash. Oh wait. So bad, bro. This game is so bad. No way. Get the board. Good board.
He's dancing. Wow.
Look, they're not even good, dude. All they do is foul. Yo, give me the ball.
He missed the. That's the Lakers, okay. The Lakers, man. Nice.
Oh my gosh, bro. Why are you not greening that? Oh my gosh, dude. If they win, I promise, dude. If they win, bro, I will not be happy. Come on, defense, bro. Defense. Dude, what the heck? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I have to take over. Pass the ball, pass the ball. This game's trash. What? I hate this game. I have takeover. It's supposed to be green. But do you have a mic? I got this dude. This dude's trash.
No.
Let's go. No way. Let's go. Let's go. Take the ball. What the heck is that animation? bad, bro. This game's so much, bro. It's so stupid. Dude, move out the way, bro. God, dude. Get out of my way. Guard your man. Guard your man. It's so bad, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. This game's so stupid. Brick.
That was a smart. Wow. Come on, yours. Where's my man?
No way.
Oh my, oh, you won, nice.
I know, bro, but this game literally gave them the most stupid animations.
This is the last
like,
game.
the game doesn't like us.
Really?
The game does not like us, dude. They got the dumbest animations ever.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice. That was a nice game.
Who's your teammate?
Andy or Algiers.
Oh, I've seen him before. What is his build?
I think he's a facilitating finisher.
He has playmaking takeover. Oh, he has drip.
See me dance, bro. Well, okay.
Yo, Razor, are you black or Japanese?
Are you asking mercy from me? Really? Okay.
Bruh.
Oh crap. See?
What?
Stupid jump shot.
Okay.
That's a
Yo,
miss.
chill out. Why would you shoot that? My gosh.
Oh crap. That was my bad. Reset.
No way. Of course they're gonna give me that dumb animation. It's so stupid. This game is so dumb, bro.
That
I
happened.
promise you, bro. I promise you, bro. This game's so dumb.
It is.
There's no way. This game's so dumb.
Did he just jump past you? 3. Oh, nice. I gotta do something with my jump shot. Not just for this shit, I gotta grind my other dude so hard.
Big boards.
Oh man! What was that?
How can I not make that with takeover? This game is so stupid, bro.
Excuse me. Yeah, sometimes like when I
Are
play.
You still streaming?
Yeah. What? That was a nice game.
Alright, this game is so good, bro.
The ball went to Razor, the ball went to my man, it went to you, and it came back to my man. That was nice.
This game's amazing.
Honey.
Dude, why is it... I hate this game so much. Honestly, bro.
I feel like I should alley this dude, but I don't think he wants to. Oh, okay.
No.
What the heck?
Imagine?
That should have been a block.
This game is so dumb, bro. This game is so dumb. I promise, bro. This game is so dumb. No way.
Yeah, no way.
Thank you for actually having logic, video game. Thank you for having logic for once. Like, first time. Please green that.
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice shot. You gotta green it, bro. This game is actually stupid because Razor does not use any of the jump shot and he greens stiffs. The only reason I hate this build is
How
because
did that even go?
the only reason I hate this build is because I can't take defense in this build. When it comes to defense, this build becomes slow.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. All the way.
Oh snap!
They're really gonna do to me like that? What? I wasn't even looking at the clock.
He hit the shot. Oh, I gotta work my ass off this game.
This facilitating finisher is literally consistent at shooting mid-range.
Whoa.
What did I say? What did I say? This facilitating finisher is actually broken.
It's not like when I play
This is
1v1,
bro.
this dude is like one of the 5 to 3 people who beat me.
Is he that good?
No, I don't say good, but like when he gets the ball.
Oh, you're doing that baseline thingy, aren't you? You're doing that baseline thing.
I can't do
I swear,
anything in this
dude, why
build.
is this dude so consistent?
I can't do anything in this build, bro. Very spot up offensive threat is killing me. No.
He could have put that up.
I hate me.
Bro, what are you doing? Wake up.
Okay.
One more. Oh, that's brick. One more. Come on, please. Thank you. I have 11 rebounds. This dude needs to chill out, buddy. Thank you. Gosh, we're actually turning up.
No, the 2K has a shitty system where if you try to defend your man, the ball's just gonna go in. Missed it.
Oh, what a stupid game. It's so quick. I don't know why. No way. Thank you.
That was me. That was me. You bullied that dude, bro.
I had to. It gets me mad.
You just tapped the ball. I was like, no.
No way.
I know I can shoot.
How is he?
I just tried. This sucks.
So
This is
bad.
hard.
This game is so bad.
You know the worst part? I can't
No
even
way.
go
That's
in.
brick.
The worst part about this game, I can't even go into the
for actually having logic. What? I passed the ball.
No! I came in front of you and the ball got off your hand, bro. That was our ball. You never fouled. You got mad. My teammate got mad of what?
Bro, the clock.
That's a miss.
Please stop fading, bro. Just go inside.
I read that shit! What the heck? Stupid 2K!
Dude, this is so stressing. Pass the ball, pass them. Gosh.
Wow. That was nice. That was nice. That was clean, actually.
That was a good game. That was a good game.
This dude sucks at defense. I can't do anything. Oh man.
Dude, I am hopping off before we get wrecked by All Rock. GG. That was a good game. I want to play threes, bro. I'm sick of twos.
That was the most stupidest game for me.
I know, right?
Not one normal three, and I hit a fucking green when I go out.
I'm playing threes. Go to the threes court. Look. Go to the threes court, Osiris. Yeah, orange. Before these dudes get it.
Oh, come on.
What? No! Dude, I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I was looking at my phone. I promise. Bro, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm actually sorry, bro.
It's cool.
My bad, bro. Alright, bro. Dude, I did not mean to do that, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
You gotta stop freaking out. I can beat these two actually. This game will just be a W for me. If my dude can shoot. That's it for now. Hopefully I can do better in my next stream.
Ew, I hate playing with KO.
Or I can play better after I grind my dude more. So yeah, that's it for now. See you in my next stream, guys.